All right, look, so y'all, man, like the title of the video said, it's AI something to fear. Now, I've been having this thought in my head of how I could use AI to actually advance in both not only music but media, but also trying to figure out if is this something that we should actually fear as musicians, or is it something that we should embrace as the music industry, considering AI to be a threat? Now, recently we have considered it to be a threat. We've seen things like fake Drake, fake Weekend, fake Rihanna, different stuff like that. But at the same time, you have people who are thinking, okay, I could actually use this to my benefit in some way, shape, or form, and we can actually make this thing work. So we're gonna present, is AI something to fear? Hold on, I'm gonna keep it to where I can see y'all too. Now, what makes up the music industry? A couple of different things. You got artists, you got DSPs, which are the streaming services, so Spotify, Apple Music, even YouTube. You got the record labels themselves, and then you got miscellaneous. So that may be promoters, venues, booking agencies, different things like that. But pretty much these four right here. So the bottom dollar, who makes the most money out of these record deals, record label exec deals? Now, if you actually know, most of the time, record labels are notorious for taking artists' money. They take majority of ownership and they control most of the profit share. Now, artists usually receive zero to no ownership opportunity. So that means if you're an artist and you starting to make a buzz and you getting big, even when you getting Drake numbers, they don't really offer you money, or they don't really offer you equity. So really, even with Drake doing these type of big numbers, they don't really offer him equity and universal, or saying, okay, you can come and buy cash money, or you can come and do this. They'll give you a bigger check, but they're not going to actually give you equity, because they know, okay, we can give you 500 million, but you made us 4 billion, and you're going to continue to make us money in the future. So eventually that 500 million will be like nothing to us, but it was big to you at the time. But 20 years down the line, now you really stuck, and you just messed up. But labels usually take 50 to 90% of what artists make. So if you think about it, the label's taking 90% of what you bring in profit wise, and they give you nothing. So at the end of the day, it's like, is AI really the problem, or is labels the problem? Because they're saying, okay, people can make AI, it could be stealing from the artist. No, it's not. Y'all not really making a fuss about it because it's stealing from the artist. Y'all making a fuss about it because it's stealing from the labels. If the labels already stealing from the artist and they getting 50 to 90% of what the artists make already, and they keep a majority of the ownership, they already robbing the artist. AI ain't doing nothing. If I was an artist, I'll come and drop a AI replica of me and be stealing money off the back end of the streaming with my own AI creation. But we're gonna keep it pushing. Now, like I said, we had two really big independent, or two big study cases. I guess I could say fake Drake and fake Weekend. Now, if you don't know the fake Drake song, it was a banger. And that was the problem, because the song was going viral on Spotify, it was going viral on YouTube. Even right now, a couple of different people have the video uploaded, and they got about 4 million views on the song. And it's not a real song, but it sounds legit. Even the Weekends featured on it. Now, people, when it first came out, I thought it was a real song too. So, I mean, they got me. Now, when you think about, does it actually affect the artist? Okay, Drake has all of these awards. The Weeknd has all of these awards. So big we can't even put it in the little box right there. Pause. But they have all of these awards and records and accolades. Now, if somebody can come and tarnish that legacy and that catalog by putting a whole lot of AI work into there, maybe you could consider that to be a bad thing. But at the same time, how do we know they ain't already using AI to write some of their bars? How do we know that they're not already using AI to actually script some of these album ideas they got, Maybe they're using AI to create. Like I've been seeing a whole lot of YouTube videos where they're creating ad creatives with AI. So basically, you can use AI generators to make you a whole lot of different ads, give you ad ideas, different stuff like that. So the record companies are definitely already using it. You see a YouTube video every day of somebody talking about how they're using AI to advance their digital marketing career or their music career, whether you use it as something that helps you write, helps you do anything. Then you got to think about how the fact that it cuts spending. If we don't really have to pay an artist and we can just get on here and uh, we can just get some computer bot to just rap these bars that we already got somebody else writing for you, they can just take control of it. So in closing, we're not really gonna close, but we're gonna get right onto the video. I do want to play a couple of the AI tracks. Um, I was watching Watch Mojo, and they had a couple of different things that I was, interested in seeing. They was playing some of the AI songs, so we gonna get in and review some of these songs live as we hear them because I haven't heard them all, but we're gonna review some of them.
AI generated songs. For this
Hold on, before we get into that whole intro right there, I done told the homie, bro, VR is gonna get to the point where we're putting on headsets and we gonna go into the VR world and go to concerts and we gonna have our avatar and celebrities, the better they get with it, it's gonna be a little bit more official. But originally you just gonna step in there and it's just gonna be a VR concert and you in there boopity bopping.
best songs created all or in part with artificial intelligence. We'll be including songs with lyrics and or music generated by AI, but which have been performed by humans. Do you think AI is the future of music? Let us know in the comments. Number 10, Iliac Suite, aka String Quartet Number 4. LeJaron Hiller, Leonard Isaacson, and the Iliac Computer. It's not exactly the kind of song that will light up the club, but we still have to give recognition to this breakthrough in AI composition.
Yeah, that's some BS. But this reminds me, AI has been around for a while. People think that it's been around just recently that they've been constructing songs this way. But exactly in 2017, they actually created an AI composed song. I can't think of the gentleman's name, but basically it was composed by AI, just like this was. This kind of sounds rough, but
This
you
string
still get the
quartet
gist of
is
it.
the Kid featuring ex-ambassadors El King and Wiz Khalifa.
Now we're moving
While
on to
Not
Not
Easy was the
Easy.
first single released under superstar producer Alex the Kid's own name, he had some quality collaborators by his side, such as ex-ambassadors El King, Wiz Khalifa, and IBM Watson.
Not easy breaking your heart.
The super intelligent computer system, best known for its dominating performance on Jeopardy, proved its songwriting prowess with Not Easy.
From the fire we burn, you and I we learn.
Watson analyzed lyrical and compositional patterns of current pop music. Then Alex the Kid used Watson's notes and brought along some famous friends for a touching ballad about lost love.
We were two dumb kids, full of hopes and fears.
Though made with the
See, that sound fire. That sound like they actually went into the studio and recorded something on top of it. The AI generated lyrics, maybe added in a little bit of extra flavor to it at the end of the day. But at the same time, they did use AI technology to enhance the song, which isn't so bad. It's just like using writers in the room. The only bad thing that comes into play is, like he said, he had to, use basically analytics of popular songs that are already out right now and then get with other songwriters. So they use popular songs, put it into an AI generator like they did on Jeopardy, the same IBM computer that had beat the people on Jeopardy just by using patterns and learning. And they were able to respond a lot quicker. The same thing with music. as soon as we put all the top songs and all your lyrics and all the patterns and BPMs, what's going viral, what's not, once they have the AI capability to move all of these songs and catalog them, they can actually create popular songs pretty easily and instantly.
Help of a computer, it's still undeniably human thanks to its passionate performances and resonant message. It's not easy to create a moving song, but this shows there's more than one way to do it. Number 8. Savages, Alta. One of the biggest developments and controversies regarding AI-generated music is how good it's gotten at emulating popular artists. There's a track, Heart on My Sleeve, which sparked major conversation for how much it sounded like an actual collaboration between Drake and The Weeknd.
Got my heart on my sleeve with a knife in my back. What's with that? Ay.
This track is from duo Alta, made up of American rapper Mr. J. Medeiros and French producer.
See, that's the one I was talking about, the one that slapped. That sounded just like Drake. We're gonna run that back just a little bit if I can. Okay, we're gonna try to run that back. Now listen.
Between Drake and The Weeknd.
Got my heart on my sleeve with a knife in my back. What's with that? Ay.
This track is from duo Alta.
Fake Drake is fire. I don't care what nobody say, bro. I need more fake Drake.
Made up of American rapper Mr. J. Medeiros and French producer Van Sil.
Your highs was never as high as those a lie to you.
You might hear a familiar voice trading lines with Medeiros, that of legendary rapper Jay-Z. Hove didn't contribute to this song, but AI was able to emulate his voice well enough to sound like the genuine article.
To be rich and broke, could it be broke and rich? You see it all gets flipped by those who master this.
Tracks like this.
Hey, I need somebody to hook me up with a fake Jay-Z AI verse. Nah, that sounded too fire. We're gonna play it back. Hold on. Nah, I need a fake Jay-Z verse.
This track is from duo Alta, made up of American rapper Mr. J. Medeiros and French producer Van Sil.
Your highs was never as high as those a lie to you.
You might hear a familiar voice trading lines.
Hold on, listen to when Jay come in. This is why I need a fake Jay-Z verse. I don't care, bro. I might never get one. You never know, but I need this. Listen to this. This is how I came.
That of legendary rapper Jay-Z. Hove didn't contribute to this song, but AI was able to emulate his voice well enough to sound like the genuine article.
To be rich and broke, could it be broke and rich? You see it all gets flipped by those who master this.
Tracks like this
Hey.
represent a watershed moment for AI in music, and there's no telling where it might go next.
The savage.
We are the savages.
Number 7, Not Mine, Michaela. AI has lent the rise of virtual musical stars, some of whom are treated like living, breathing celebrities.
What y'all feel about AI though? Like, do y'all think it's something that we should get away from? Do y'all think it's something that music should really just ban because record labels are trying to ban, AI from being generated in music? I do like it. It's something like a research tool, just like a writer helper. But then at the same time, there's some people who can't afford these big IBM computers that are competing with Jeopardy and that can make these AI songs. So it's like, I mean, you win if you do or if you don't, but we're going to keep it going, bro. I want to see y'all opinion on some of these AI songs, though.
It's not exactly than most.
I'm too gone too far for you. Came too far to follow you.
The mix of melodic, manipulated vocals.
Oh, my bad. That one was trash. I'm not going to cap. That sound real bad. That sound like bad work right there. But this one, I heard this one earlier. This sound like fire. Oh, no. She might need to people need to just start taking the AI songs down that these people create and recreate them and put them back out. I don't give a damn. You a co-writer. I'll give you a little percentage, but hey, this is my song.
Though the backing track might be machine-made, the emotive vocals and headstrong lyrics are all Southern. Experience includes a brief stint on American Idol and multiple TV guest spots. Released Break Free, a vibrant piece of electro-pop made with the help of AI compositional program Amper.
There's more to who we are. There's more to what we could be.
Though the backing track might be machine-made, the emotive vocals and headstrong lyrics are all Southern, who shows the power of working with technology. rather than against it. The following year,
See, working with the technology rather than against it. Maybe that was her real voice over top, but she did use AI backing. So it's like sometimes when I go in there and I try to make music, bro, sometimes I want my voice to do certain things that I'm able to do before that maybe that day I can't do. Maybe I got a stuffed nose. Maybe I just not really feeling that way. Sometimes I can't really rap happy when I'm sad in the studio. So it's like if I had some type of AI program where I could say, hey, rap this in my voice when I'm happy or when when I want to rap fast or speed up the cadence or anything like that. Just the same as way that she used it was more so like, okay, maybe I can't double sing this in the studio. So artists know like when you try to go in there and do layers on your vocals, if you sing it exactly the same way, it doesn't really amplify that sound. It kind of just drowns it out and it combines the sounds together. So it's like it's kind of hard to explain, but it's not really the same as if somebody was next to you singing that same song. Those voices travel a lot further than you just doubling your own voice type deal. But if you use AI, you can power that second voice to where your backup vocals sound just as crisp and clean, just like hers.
she tried entirely with AI, appropriately titled I Am AI.
I'm breaking free.
Number 5. Deliverance Rides. Kurt Connor. Internet creator Kurt Connor has drawn many to his YouTube channel with
See, this is where the problem starts to come in that people are starting to have. This is why you don't just give up the rights to your music so easily, because this will become a thing and record labels will start using this. So this dude took a bunch of Metallica lyrics that are online on Google, just like your song, your lyrics are all on Google. People can just copy and paste all of them, put them in the AI, and they can generate a song based on the feeling, sound, BPM, likeness, everything, and generate another song for you. A lot of times AI doesn't create actual. So it's like this. AI doesn't really create anything new. They just take old things and jumble it around and plagiarize, but it's good at covering up the plagiarism. So just like this dude, he's taking a whole lot of Metallica lyrics. This new song that he creates with the Metallica lyrics using AI is not technically his song, it's theirs. It's using all of their lyrics. It's just taking it and rearranging it in a certain way to make it seem new.
and formed in the style of legendary bands, including Nirvana, AC/DC, and Led Zeppelin. However, his song achieved a good replica that's Metallica.
Beaten down and destroy.
Hey,
While the lyrics were written by AI, Connor himself handled performance and production. And if you can do a James Hetfield impression better than this, we want to hear it.
Die as you live in vanity.
Like the best Metallica songs, Deliverance Rides will have you headbanging and playing air guitar right along with it. We would love an official studio version recorded by the band.
Deliverance rides.
see, that's crazy. Dude he done took all their lyrics, got it to make a new Metallica song. Then he went and he he recorded his own vocals of those lyrics, recorded his own he got the guitar and everything and made his own song using Metallica songs, and now he's performing that song. So eventually, I think they're gonna hit him with a cease and desist eventually, because I mean, yeah, it was cool, and it's cool to make a YouTube video about it, but then if you start to go perform that song, I need my money.
Number 4. Hello, Space Boy, David Bowie. David Bowie was known throughout his career for his experimentation and shifts in style, and this was arguably one of his most daring ventures. For 1995's ambitious album Outside, Bowie went truly outside the box, writing lyrics with the help of a program called verbicizer.
You're released, but your custody calls.
Hello Space Boy, which was later remixed with synth pop icons the Pet Shop Boys, reads like a Bowie song, with its cosmic imagery and romantic themes. But knowing it was written, at least in part, with the help of AI, gives it a new dimension. If there's one word to describe David Bowie, it's forward thinking. Number 3. Daddy's Car, Sony CSL Research Lab. Sometimes music is described as sounding like it was made in a lab. In this case, it's true.
And Daddy's got a sound so good, like something new.
This research laboratory, founded by tech giant Sony, showed how well one of the most famous
See, he just said it just right there. Sony. They already been using AI to generate these pop culture songs. That's kind of why I feel like a lot of the trending songs lately, or even for the past few years, have kind of sounded similar or sounded like, who even came up with this? How is this sticking the way that it does? And it's really because they've been using AI. If David Bowie was using AI to generate songs years ago and he died a minute ago or whatever, bro, if he been and if he didn't die, whatever. But if David Bowie was using AI to generate songs back then obviously they've been using AI in music for a while now. And Sony even themselves has a laboratory where they actually, do AI type of research and figuring out how they can actually benefit from AI technology. And I think they've been using it to make the songs. People who signed to Sony, Universal, whatever, I think they all been using this laboratory AI in a way. They not all using writers and, people sitting in the writing camp. I think shout out to you, Lance. Shout out to Kelly for tuning in to the live. But I think companies have been using AI. They've been using machines to write people's lyrics. They've been using this to make songs and beats.
could be emulated. Learning Daddy's Car is described as being in the style of the Beatles. And it truly sounds like the Fab Four have come back together to make a song that sounds familiar and brand new at once. There's also the unmissable Beach Boys sound as well, making this perhaps the best 60s pop team-up that never happened. Listening to Daddy's Car is like going backward and forward in time, simultaneously. Number 2, Drowned in the Sun, Lost Tapes of the 27 Club. The lives of multiple iconic artists were tragically cut short at the age of 27, giving us the term, the 27 Club. To pay tribute to artists and help spread meaningful awareness of mental health, Over the Bridge, a Toronto-based nonprofit, created Lost Tapes of the 27 Club. This track garnered plenty of press in 2021 for how much it sounded like a genuine Nirvana song.
Yo. Hey, they try to play it off like they doing an honorary little tape. Shout out to you, Vontae. I see you, man. I'm gonna keep going, bro. Keeping up the work. But this do sound like a fire Nirvana song. I'm not even gonna cap. Hold on. We're gonna run that back and play that again because I do want to hear that one more time because that sounded too real.
7, giving us the term, the 27 Club. To pay tribute to these artists and help spread meaningful awareness of mental health, a Toronto-based nonprofit created Lost Tapes of the 27 Club. This track garnered plenty of press in 2021 for how much it sounded like a genuine Nirvana song. With a distorted guitar, blasting drums, and raw vocals, courtesy of Nirvana cover band frontman Eric Hogan, Drowned in the Sun is a scorcher that would fit seamlessly alongside the likes of Smells Like Teen Spirit and Heart Shaped Box in a Nirvana playlist. Although there's no replacing the actual Kurt Cobain and Nirvana, we can't deny how noteworthy this is.
I mean, dude's vocals is a little rough. He is a cover band artist. This wasn't AI using software of Kurt Cobain's actual voice to make the song. If it was, I think the song would be a little bit better. But at the same time, it still sounds fire. The lyrics was written using them and all of that shit. But I think he had a little bit of help.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Oblivious, Yona. This song from Oyuman Yana and producer Ash Kusa is warm, icy, and all around remarkable. On the Edge, Ava and Brad Fry. An AI rock instrumental that sounds like an epic movie or video game soundtrack.
See, if you see these honorable mentions, most of these AI songs be going back to 2017, 2018. Obviously, David Bowie was a little bit beforehand, and there was a whole different type of software he was using it was AI, but it was kind of like it was a little bit different, a really, really prehistoric version type deal. But if you can see 2017, 2018, it started to pick up, and that's when we started seeing more and more AI in songs, but it didn't really hit the mainstream, especially in hip hop, because they was more so doing it with tech, EDM, different type of pop songs like in 2017, 2018, it was mainly beats being made by AI, and they sounded real trippy and stuff, sort of like this on the edge. But now it's getting more so. Now they saying, all right, we're not really just gonna make beats. We actually gonna use AI to use the artist's voice to make songs.
Godmother, Hallie Herndon and Jay Lynn featuring Spawn. The Cutting Edge producers created this trippy track with help from an AI program called Spawn. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. Miku. Remember what we said about AI artists becoming celebrities? Well, none are better examples than Hatsune Miku, the artificial ambassador of synthesizer program Vocaloid. This virtual idol has gotten such a following, she performs live despite being, well, not exactly real. However, her impact is most definitely real, and that's best demonstrated by this song, one of many made with Japanese band Supercell. Everything about World Is Mine is burst.
See what I'm saying? They get to the point where real people's going to see AI generated songs performed by holograms. I mean, yeah, they're gonna have a little live band playing in the background, because you're gonna feel weird if you just going and seeing some lights, streaming down on stage, and you see a hologram, you feel a little weird. So they put a little live band behind it to make it look weird. But this song is generating a lot of heat, and as you can see, there's more people at this show than shit. I don't even know, but there's more people at this show than I've done seen in my show, and it's not even real. This is a hologram.
With energy, most notably from Hatsune Miku herself. And she's assisted by a backing track that provides plenty of momentum for her sweet, soaring vocals. On this track, the world is truly hers, AI or not. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other.
Yeah, that's enough of that. We're gonna get that video on up out of here. But I did have more that I wanted to talk about, man. This ain't really just the only situation in which I've seen AI becoming a problem. I was reading in the New York Times article about All right, we need to talk about how good AI is. Now, according to the New York Times, we are in a golden age of progress. Oh, man, we are in a golden age of progress in artificial intelligence. It's time to start taking its potential and risks seriously. For the past few years, I've been playing around with Dolly 2, an app developed by the San Francisco company OpenAI that turns text descriptions into hyper realistic images. OpenAI invited me to test Dolly 2. The name is a play on Pixar's Wally and the artist Salvador Dali, which I had a Salvador Dali painting in my bedroom. Now, during this beta period, I quickly got obsessed. I spent hours thinking of weird, funny, abstract prompts to feed the AI, a 3D rendering of a suburban home shaped like a croissant, an 1850s daguerreotype portrait of Kermit the Frog, a charcoal sketch of two penguins drinking wine in a Parisian bistro. Within seconds, DAL-E 2 would spit out a handful of images depicting my request, often with jaw-dropping realism. Here, for an example, is one of the images. Blah blah blah. You can't see the image. Now, what's impressive about Dolly 2 is just isn't just the art it generates; it's how it generates the art. These aren't composites made out of existing internet images; they are wholly new creations made through a complex AI process known as diffusion. Now that's kind of interesting because, like I said before, AI started what they would just use. Even now, most of the ones that are available to the public are just using publicly known information and taking it and putting it into a AI software and then generating like new, responses. But really, it's just plagiarism because it's using everybody else's stuff and rearranging it to make it seem like a new idea. Now, what was important about Dial E2, which is DALL dash E2, what's important is this isn't just a composite of everybody else's pictures and stuff on the internet. It's actually making new photos using a process known as diffusion, which starts with a random series of diffusion, which starts with a random series of pixels and refines it repeatedly until it matches a given text description. And it's improving quickly. DAL E2's images are 4 times as detailed as the images generated by the original DAL E, which was introduced only last year. Now, in the article, says art is not the only area where artificial intelligence has been making major strides over the past 10 years, a period some researchers have begun referring to as a golden decade. There's been a wave of progress in many of AI's research, fueled by the rise of techniques like deep learning and advent of specialized hardware for running huge computational intensive AI models. Now, that's what I was kind of referring to earlier. At first, it was more so just like I said, they just taking information. Now it's deep learning. So it's learning how to respond to you, how to take what you have given it and give it something real, how to make you feel like they're real, how to they're using deep learning to convince you that they're real, an AI model. Now, just 5 years ago, for example, the biggest story in the AI world was AlphaGo, a deep learning model built by Google's DeepMind that could beat the humans in the world at the board game Go. Now, training an AI to win Go tournaments was a fun party trick, but it wasn't exactly the kind of progress most people cared about. But last year, DeepMind's AlphaFold, an AI system, descended from the Go playing one. There's something truly profound using a deep neural network trained to predict the three-dimensional structures of proteins from their one-dimensional amino acid sequences. It is it essentially solved what's known as the protein folding problem, which has vexed molecular biologists for decades. So now, basically, deep learning is eventually the AI is going to learn. It's going to learn something outside of what we've been teaching it to learn. Just like they've had AI computer or language software programs that have learned other languages that they haven't actually coded it to know. So like I'm gonna look it up. AI, let's look it up. AI learns new language. It wasn't taught. Okay, it says Google's artificial intelligence AI has seemingly taught itself a language it had never been trained, much like a human experiencing xenoglossy. So basically, Google created this AI, which was a learning or language learning software, and it taught itself a language that it wasn't supposed to know or it wasn't coded to know. So eventually, it had to seek it out. So what did it do? It took a bunch of information from the internet, brought it back to itself and said, hey, they're only teaching me English and Chinese and Japanese. They're only teaching me this. But I see there's information out there on the internet that's this language. How do I figure out what this language is? So it takes in a bunch of that information on its own willingly and teaches itself. So now when it goes back to the developers and people who are trying to work with the AI and the supercomputer, now this thing speaking to them in Bengali. And they like, well, how did you know Bengali already? We never told you to learn that. And the computer is basically telling them, no, you didn't teach me. I went and learned it myself. So these AI softwares are more than just compiling information from before and just making something that's kind of new. Now it really is starting to make new things because it's starting to learn. So basically, if me and you had a whole business together, me and you watching had a business together, and I use AI to replace you, eventually it will learn everything that you did for the business, what you could do, what you wouldn't have done, and it'll start to make its own decisions as if it were still you there, but I'm using it digitally. So I don't know, man. Let me know what y'all think. I'm gonna get off here for a minute. Let me know what y'all think about AI as far as music. Is it is it something that the music industry should see as a threat? Is it an opportunity? Is it something that we should actually view as necessary? Or is it a problem for us? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure y'all tune into these lives. I'm going to be live on more than just Facebook. I'm just kind of getting this started with Facebook just to see how I want to do this, how I want to set up this platform. Eventually, we will move on to the website and be going live on Instagram, everything else. But in the meantime, you know, like I said, man, give me that fake Jay-Z AI verse. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to get that popping. We gonna get it going. But hey, like I said, man, we out of here. I appreciate y'all for watching. Next time I might go for an hour or 2 hours. I don't know, but I'm gonna keep it short today. I got a lot of stuff to do once I get off of here. But y'all tune in. Make sure y'all tuning back into the live. We will keep it going. AI is taking over.